Hi everyone, it's Kai. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be building a small home in the world of Willow Creek, I believe, and it is a small home for a rider who is also very eco. So today's theme is a small eco home actually, and it belongs to a rider that I imagine, and it only fits one sim, of course, because it is on a 20 by 15 lot known as Rindle Rose. And I really like this lot because of the sunlight when it is in the afternoon setting. But overall, I think the build was pretty fun and short. I initially, not intentionally, I initially wanted to build something bigger than this, but it was because of some deadlines of work that I had to achieve. So I didn't really have time to open the game during the whole week. So I decided to just build a small build instead to make it easier for me, and also so that I can plan ahead more carefully. But I really hope you guys will like this build as much as I did building it. Even though it's small, it's pretty cute in my opinion. I really like it, and I really hope that you guys will like it too. And I wanted to go for this kind of suburban look with a maybe some elements of a farmhouse. So I decided to use the fences that came with the cat and dogs pack, which are the box with the cross in the middle. And I had also trouble figuring out what sort of color scheme I wanted to go for this one. So in the end, I just used a Tudor-ish wallpaper from the Get Together pack, and also paired it with the stone-like wallpaper from the Fitness Stuff pack, I think, or the Discovery University pack. And I thought that these colors suited each other very well. And I also use a bright color for the roofing because I thought that it would be fun, since I don't really build houses that have these types of color combination. Sorry, I twisted my words there. So I think it looks refreshing, but do let me know what you guys think in the comments, of course. And for the back part of the house is pretty simple. It's just consisting of tiles and trees, and it's very basic, I would say, but I really like it because it's the color combination is something different for me. For the exterior, also for the interior, I really enjoyed furnishing this build, and I think it's fully functional. I am not so sure because I didn't play test when I am recording this. I forgot to play test it, but I'm pretty sure everything's functional, so you don't really have to worry about moving things around for your sims. But again, like I said, it only fits one sim, so it's quite a tiny house, but it's bearable. And I think it would be a pretty good house if you were to be on a budget in terms of living. So it's pretty good for that. And it's very simple as well. So there is not much of any like extravagant or something that is not normal in this house. Everything is kind of more traditional looking, and I use a lot of debug items for the landscaping, for the bushes, and also the shrubs over there. And also I put in the fences that I saw in the debug menu of the base game, which I've used before in one time when I built a base game only family home, and I quite like the fences that I use in that one, so I decided to include them in this. At first you saw that I put that arch over there that came with the Get Together pack from the debug menu, but I will end up removing it because I don't like it. Even though it looks nice, I thought that it blocked the view for the screenshot, so I decided to remove it from there. And then I just decorated the backyard area surrounding the fences and all that. And you can also see that there are some white lines on the screen. It's because I was building this after I created a household for this lot, and then it was raining, so yeah, it rained when I wanted to build this, but when I took the screenshots, I actually changed the weather. And I think you can do this by actually, there are two ways. One is the cheat way, of course, where you change the weather. The other one is that you can actually change the weather using this item from the menu that is called Dr. June something something. So it is a device that your sim can use to change the weather, and it is the most easiest way I can recommend. And I don't really change the weather when it comes to um, using cheats. I am not so comfortable using cheats to change the weather, so I decided to just change the weather using the Dr. June's machine, which you can find by searching in the search box by typing it, obviously. But we are moving on to the interior now, and the interior is pretty much bright, I would say, because I used a color combination that consists of some olive green and also some pinks, such as the stove. And I will also be sticking to this color scheme throughout the build. So I really like the colors that I use for the interior, and I really like it. And I really like the wallpaper that I chose, which is the cottage living wallpaper over here. And for the kitchen only, there is only one part of the wall that is modern looking, which I use the wallpaper that looks kind of modern. So I also had trouble finding out which wallpaper to use for the kitchen, for the tiles. At first I was like, maybe I should use the parenthood ones, but when I put the parenthood ones on the wallpaper for the kitchen and look at it and compared to the rest of the wallpaper, it doesn't really look nice. So I just decided to use a simple and white wallpaper from the base game, which is in a modern style brick. But anyways, the space was really tiny, and even though it's tiny, I made sure to make it functional for you guys, so you guys can definitely play around with your sim. And the common spaces are shared with one another, which is the kitchen, the dining room, and also the living room. And I thought this would be the most convenient type of layout, because I didn't really want to put any wall for the dividing of sections, because when I do that, I'm pretty sure that it would look very narrow and not a lot of space. So I just decided to make it one open floor plan with three common spaces that are shared within one another, and also stay consistent with the wallpapers that I chose, because I think it looks better that way. So it doesn't really consist of too many colors. But yeah, that area just now that we were working on is the living room, that is pretty simple. And I put in a small TV from the Eco Lifestyle Pack, and of course, there will be a lot of like eco elements, because the theme is, of course, writer's eco home. And I had a lot of fun also using the eco lifestyle items, because I think I rarely do builds that consist of eco lifestyle packs. But for this one, I decided to also include the raindrop collector, I think it's what it's called, and put it at the backyard. After this, you will see. And when I was building this and furnishing this home, I I thought I was already done with the build at the end. So you will see that there is a weird transition where I furnish the back part and then skip over to the bathroom. It's pretty weird because I forgot to furnish the bathroom at that point, that you will see. But anyways, over here is the bedroom for the house, and it is pretty classic, I would say, because the computer that I use is a typewriter, and I really like the typewriter. I think it really looks nice, and I'm not so sure if the screen is a tablet. I think it is. But it really looks nice. It really looks like a normal typewriter, except that the screen is a tablet and not paper. So that is something that I just realized from this game when I finished that. But anyways, this bedroom also has a small wardrobe from the tiny living pack, and just some decorations around the walls, and it's pretty much also colorful, because I imagine that it's pretty well maintained by the sim that lives here, who is a writer, and maybe that sim writes articles or magazine or even books. So I just put in a lot of clutter that is related to books and magazines, so that your sim can also, I imagine that this sim that lives here is very into books and reading and just writing, and it's like their profession. And they're also the type of sim that prefers traditional decorations over modern ones. So that's what I thought and I had in mind. But over here we are decorating backyard, and it's pretty simple. I put in a cottage type of I don't know what that is called, but I think it's where your sim can use to I don't know to collect their stuff maybe from the forest. Oh yeah, and I also pictured that the sim that lives here is also kind of into cottage core vibes, and that's basically it for the build. This is going to be the last part, which is me just awkwardly filling up the bathroom over here. But overall, that is pretty much it for the video. So I really hope you guys will like this build. If you do like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I hope to talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!